unhappy, uneasy, dissatisfied. There is a great disturbance, causing affliction, to this frail and broken mind.
Yeah, boy. What's going on, folks? How's it going? It's Friday. I feel like it was just Friday like a day ago. How did this happen? Craziness. But anyway, welcome to Fan Art Friday. I am your host, Eric Noltowski, and we're going to draw color stuff today. It's going to be great. Coloring this last Ronin piece. Woo! It's been a long journey. I did it all on Fan Art Friday, start to finish. Did the breakdowns, did the layouts, did the blowing it up. I inked it all on Fan Art Friday. So don't worry if you missed it. It's all recorded. It's all there for you to watch. So also on the bottom of your screen, you'll see that Shadow Sentry Origins is ending on March 27th. That is like a little over a month away. And it's coming down to the wire. So I've got like 8 pages left to finish and then going to get that going. And we're going to finish it up. And then, yeah, we're starting to collect emails for Battle Mode Omega, my new kids-oriented comic book. And still in the early processes, but my friend Ben Avery has helped me write the script, and we're getting that going. So if you want to sign up for it, we're going to launch probably in 6 months-ish. But a lot of stuff to do so far and to get that going. But anyway, there you go. There's your reminder. Links are in the description if you want to sign up for Battle Mode Omega. It's down there. If you want to check Shadow Sentry out on Fund My Comic or my website or Indiegogo, you can do all that down below. So, and just a heads up, Shadow Sentry is on my website. If you want the first printings, there's a limited amount left. You can get them on my website. Fund My Comic is kind of like the catch up. If you missed anything, you can get the second printing of book 1. You can get book 2. And then Shadow Sentry Origins is my new campaign, the backstory of Hopscotch and Commander Noble. So that's where you can get that. All right. Well, without further ado, let me present and share my screen. Dun, dun, dun. I'll share the whole screen because if I don't, then you won't be able to see where I'm clicking and stuff. So let's go down here. Woo, warp speed ahead. Let's go. Woo! That's awesome. All right. We want Photoshop. There you go. So I'm going to hide that. Nope. Get back. All right. There you go. You should be able to see that. So I am almost done flatting the entire thing, but didn't quite get 100% done. But you can see where I'm at. And if I hide the inks, boom. So I've got the turtles on one layer, and I've got Mikey on his own layer there. And in the background is on its own layer. And when I do this, you can kind of see what I was talking about last week. I kind of get this fuzzy line when I use my selection tool and I like deselect stuff. I get a fuzzy line. I don't know why. But anyway, so that's not perfect. That's not how it should be, but that's what happens when you use the selection tool, or excuse me, the magic wand. So if I just use the selection tool, oops, come back. And just kind of select, the area. It kind of gets rid of that, but it's just more time consuming. But anywho, this is what we're doing. And this is where we're at. So let me keep going. I'm going to do the flats, and then I'll show you the next part of my process, which is kind of getting the color palette ready and all that good stuff. So deselect that. Boo, 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 boo. So this is his cloak. All right. So with flats, you just want to get everything a different color so you can select it easily. It doesn't matter if it looks good or not. This is just for selecting. In fact, I'm going to just do the whole belt. Let's do the whole belt. And so for quicker selecting, I'm just going over all the other colors that I've already done. And this is where I run into trouble, but it's just quicker. So I'm going to deselect that. And now I can fill this area with a different color. Then here, we'll go this color. So yeah, you don't see it because the black lines, but it is what it is. and that's what it is. So go over here. Show. Oh, I forgot to deselect that. All right, so magic wand, deselect. Now I could fill. Now we're back to where we need to be. So now technically this whole cloak should be one color. So his pants should match this, but I'm going to do his pants a different color for easy selecting. And I'm just going to come over here. Boop, boop. Go around his big old toe. Look at that big toe. Bro needs to trim his toenails too. All right, so I can go over here. Deselect. Oh, look at that. And then I'm going to fill it with another color. Let's go bluish. I feel like his outfit actually has more blue tones to it anyway. But that's what we figure out next. That's step number 2. This doesn't have to be perfect. I don't need to go all crazy with it. All right, so let's go over here. Let's do this leg. All right, that's a foot. That's going to be green. So let's just come down here and do. So his pants are going to be a different color. I'm just going to get this in here. So how are you guys doing? How is everybody? I'll check the chat in a minute. I was on with Peter Simeti last night on his stream, Comic Book Talk Radio. If you want to check that out, we got to talk about Battle Mode Omega, and oh man, so sometimes you got to make sure you hit that. Let's see, is it option or is it control? It is. You got to hit option. So when you're on the lasso tool, you hit option and then it'll minus instead of plus. So it'll subtract instead of add, and I did the wrong one. So let's try this again. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. All right. Boom. Okay, there's that. I missed something here. Let me fill that in. All right, his toes. Let's do the toes. So now since I already colored all that other stuff, what I could do is just kind of go into those other colors and then just take it away. So you can see how that can save time. Let me see here. Skin. What color is his skin? There we go. There's the skin. Boom. All right. Almost there. A few more things to do and we're good. So even though a lot of this stuff is black, I want to try and get in those crevices and get it all flatted. Otherwise, there won't be any color behind it, and then you'll be left with a vacuum of space, a big nothing. And since it's on its own layer, I'll be left with a gap. So I want to try and get everything colored, everything flatted here. So, and again, that's why I kind of like going over this whole area. So that way, let's say I went over here real thin, but then when I do this, I'm missing this area here. So I like to just kind of overlap, make sure I get all those areas. Do that. I took off the anti-lace for a second and see if that changes anything when I select. See if that works any better. All right, so we want this cloak color. And then I'm going to do this. Boom, bam. Now let's see if that did anything different. Nope, still got that kind of thing. Yeah, and my tolerance is set to 30. Well, but that's for my selection tool. Well, it should be the same. I don't know if I should bump that up to 100. Let's see. Let's go back a second. See if this helps. And okay, so now I'm going to do the magic wand minus this. Let's see if that gets me closer or farther. Fill. Yeah, still the same thing. I can't figure it out. I don't get it, man. But it's all good. I guess the only way that I could think of to go around it is just to, you literally have to use just your selection tool and don't use the magic wand at all, which would be a lot more time consuming. And we're on the clock here, people. I want to get this done. So if I want to fill in any gaps, I'm going to go like that. I'll usually use my brush. Like here's a little spot I missed. Shirts on that. Just going to fill that in there. All right, let's do some nunchakas, and then I'll check the chat. All right, so let's see. This, I'm going to select all this. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta say hi to some peeps. See who's in the house. All right, get rid of that. Oh, look at that. Took all that away. Okay. Oh, but it got rid of that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Oh, that's because the tolerance is set really high. We want that less. Oops. Minus. Oh, it still does that. I think it's because the color is very similar in its darkness. There we go. Good. Now, if I had this contiguous unchecked, any color that is this color, it would deselect, so it would do this and that. So this can come in handy too, which we'll get into. But for right now, and our purposes here, we don't want to select that. So let's see what color. Let's go. Man, we're just going to do this for now. We'll do the chains. And then, yeah. All the little tiny details can get fun. But especially chains. So select all that. Deselect this area. This actually isn't anything. It's not part of. Hold on a second. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want this. Whoop. Okay. Boom. There we go. Oh, that's probably the back part of his belt. I was like, what is that line? It's a weird line. And then real quick, so this. Okay, yeah, that's part of the chain. Okay. All right. Let's go back over here. What's going on in the chat? We got a My Sketch. What's going on, My Sketch? Hey, greetings from the country that once again has landed on the moon. What country is that? What I miss? Who's on the moon again? Has once again landed on the moon. Is that America? How many times have we done it? I don't know. Wait, Mikey is the last Ronin? Yes. Gee, thanks for spoiling Last Ronin, Eric. Come on, guys. You haven't read it yet? You don't know this yet? Come on. If you look at the pictures, it's obvious, but whatever. Eric, this will be a beautiful comic book. Will this be a full comic book? No, BB, this will not be a full comic. This is just a fan art of the Turtles, because The Last Ronin is actually a comic book that I don't own the rights to, so I will be not making a comic, nor a fan comic, for that matter. Amanda B in the house. What's up? What's going on, Amanda B? The Last Ronin right here. Boom, boom, boom. This is from this bad boy. Collected edition. So, yeah. So, sorry, guys. It is Mikey. You can't tell from this, but if you look at some of the other images, you can, which I will show you in a second here. Because look. So, what I did do. Oh, hello, Hojo, by the way. I read your comment and I forgot to say, what's up? What's up, Hojo? How's it going, man? So here's some reference images that I got, right? So if you come over here, all right, it's not super, you can't really super tell from that one, but over here you got Leo. Can you tell? I don't know. Let's see. Can you tell? He's got a sword, or is that a bow staff? That might be Donnie. That might be Leo. And then that's Raph, but you can't really tell from that. But anyway, read the book. It's pretty good. But yeah, you find out pretty quick that it's Mikey, so it's not that big of a spoiler. But anywho, there you go. Hold on, let's see. I see a staff, a sword, and then there's something there. I can't tell what that is, but there's hints everywhere. Okay. So anyway, sorry for spoiling that for you guys. So let's get back to it. Almost done. So there's the nunchucks. What I could do is separate the nunchucks from the chains. So let's do that. So I'm going to select the whole thing, except it's not selecting. There we go. I must have done a select all. All right, so this will be metal. This will be metal. Take away that, and then we'll make this a different color. This all comes in handy when you're getting in there in the nitty gritty stuff. When it's a different color, it just makes it a lot easier. Same with this. I'll select this, and I'll deselect that. Oh, wait, no. What'd I do? Cancel. Hit the wrong button. Photoshop is very forgiving, which is nice. Oh, wrong one. Go to this one. Check that. Boom. All right, so that's a little different color. Let's do the sword. Little sliver I missed there. What in the world, fingers? What are you doing? Stop it. Select the right button, man. All right, let's try this again. Dun, 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 dun. But are you going to read it, though? Are you going to read The Last Ronin now? Are you interested? Yeah. I said this before, but I'll say it again. When it first came out and I was looking at it, the artwork wasn't really speaking to me. And I was like, I didn't really love it. I'm not a huge fan of like Frank Quietly and his kind of style. Like it's just very, open line work, no blacks, just rendering. I just don't like that. And so that's kind of the vibe I got when I first saw it. And I was like, I don't like it. So I just kind of passed on it. And then I was at Barnes & Noble and I saw the collected edition. I picked it up, was thumbing through, and I was like, all right. It's a little more lineal U, I think, than Frank Quietly. And it kind of grew on me. So I'm like, all right, I'll pick this up. I'll give it a try. And I did, and I liked it. Was pleased. It was pleasing. So yeah, it was fun. Like gritty, and then yeah, there's just some things to it that were like, all right, cool, this is cool, I dig it. Yeah, so I'd say check it out if you're interested. If you're thinking about it, check it out. And it's the Turtles. I mean, gosh, I love the Ninja Turtles, man. All right, let's color. I'm not going to color his thumbnail. Forget it. Okay, so basically, I mean, I could flat this right here, but really this is it. I will flat that because at some point I'm going to need to select that. So let's just do it now. Let's get it over with. Why screw around, right? Let's do it right the first time. And then, you know what? I'm going to color his gums too. Yeah, I want to throw some pink in there. Let's do it. Just like a little sliver. Just so there's some gums down there. Bam. Let's get a pink. Not a hot pink. Actually, this color is kind of good. Let's check this out. Bam. That'll work. I like it. And it's going to change, but this is just for selecting purposes. A little bigger. Fix these little spots I see. There we go. All right. And you can kind of tell where I use the selection tool, like it's kind of jagged, defined. But if I use my brush, thin brush, here we go, 9. If I use my brush, it kind of thins it out. It's much more, it's much lighter. So anyway, just to point that out. Let's go all the way back here. There we go. See, that just looks cooler to me. All right, I like it. Oh, I see something here. Let's fix that. Dun, 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 dun. So I always have my eyes out for any spots I might have missed. Fix that. Because inevitably you'll be coloring and you'll select something and you'll be like, crap, that did not select all of it. And now I got this weird fuzziness, which you don't want. So I try and catch this stuff now. It helps in the long run. Fill in those little stupid gaps I find. Bum, bum, bum. Check his toenails. Toenails looking good. Might need a little mani-pedi soon, but he's all right for now. Let's see. Mani-pedi would be a manicure and a pedicure, just for you guys out there who don't know. Amanda B knows what I'm talking about. Right, Amanda? Never had a mani-pedi, but my wife has had many. Oh, all right, don't do that. Don't put that on that layer, because if I do, so the background is, if I put an extra thing there, it's going to get selected, and I don't want to do that. It's on a different layer. So I got to stick to my layers. All right, background. Let's do this real quick, and then we'll go on to step number 2 of the coloring process. Dun, 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 dun. And then we're at the bottom. Look at that. We're at the bottom of the page. My wonderful son is outside playing basketball. That'll be fun to listen to while I work. Okay, let's make this a color. What color shall we do? Just go a little darker, shall we? Boom! There we go. All right, so there we have it, guys. That is the flats. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Let me tell my. All right. Hate to be the bad guy, but the USA once again has landed on the moon, the southern end this time. Oh, got to check the southern end too, you know. You don't know what's hiding over there. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know why we do it. I feel like it's a waste of money. I know there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. I think it's a big waste of money. But whatever. What are you going to do? Bibiana, Eric, when you're done coloring it, could you draw Miles Morales from across the Spider-Verse? I could. That's a big ask. I'll think about it. I hope you have a great weekend, Eric, and it seems like you've been working on this and nothing else for a year since you drew this past winter. Is everything okay? Might be going through a mental state, my friend, but I'm okay. I will get through this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get through. I will get through. Okay. Thank you, Nighthawk. But the colors look great. Well, thank you. I'm trying my hardest. Art takes time, my friend. It does. It takes time. It takes time. Okay. Boom. All right. So step numero dos. So we got our inks done. We got our flats done. Take a look at the drawing I worked on for over a year, says Nighthawk Warrior. I hope you are pleased. Are you pleased, Nighthawk? All right. So my inks, I'm gonna lock this layer so I don't do anything stupid to it. Now, so these are my flats, right? So what I could do, I'm gonna select these, and I'm gonna select this little folder at the bottom, and that's going to give me a grouping that I'm going to name flats. Okay, now I could deselect them quickly and easily, but also what I want to do, so I'm going to duplicate this by simply sliding up and holding down Option, and it's going to give me a copy of my flats. So what I'm going to do with that, do I want to keep everybody separate? No, everybody's separate on the flats, so they don't need to be. I'm gonna flatten this, right? So I'm just gonna combine them all, right? So now this flat copy is actually gonna be my colors. Boom. Actually, I don't even need this folder really. Let's see. Let me just drag this out of here. Boom, boom. Get rid of the colors, and we're just gonna call this colors. Color, sure, that'll work. So now I could delete my flats. Here's all my color, and this is the one I'm gonna color on. And then anytime I need to go and select something, I'm going to be on this flat layer here. And this is all separated, easy selecting, blah, blah, blah. There we go. So, so anything I do on the background layer will totally be in the background, except for this, because this is kind of foreground. All right, so anyway, next. And the cool thing about the flats, you can hide the flat layers, and you can still use it to select, as long as you're on the layer. So I select background, I come over here, my selection tool, I can select it, even though it's hidden. So that's cool. What else? All right, so here's my reference images. So what I like to do is go find reference stuff. I want to find a good color palette, something that'll look good. Now, this is actually an image I found early on that kind of inspired me. And so I selected this one. I like how the turtles are kind of like that bluish. I like that color. Same thing over here. This is cool. This is kind of the look I'm going for. But on mine, I didn't do a whole lot of blacks, because you can see on here, he's like, when you do this kind of screen over it, this is still kind of black, and you kind of get this cool glowy effect. But I was kind of going for more of this look, more open, less black, and all that good stuff. And also, because The Last Ronin, the comic, is very kind of like muted colors, kind of like you can see here. I want to kind of do something similar, kind of keep that in mind. But I do want to have a red glow coming up from below, like from, he's looking down to the city. So I want to have a cool red glow coming up. So these both have, he's got this red glow going on here. So this will come in handy for, selecting colors and kind of putting all that into my picture. All right, so that's the reference. So now from this point, what I'll do is just on my color layer, I'm gonna change all these colors and make them how they're gonna appear. So let's do the turtles first. So now what I can do, so I want them to be blue. So let's see which one of these guys. Nope, this one, that one. Okay, so let's get this guy. Nope. Select that, move this over here. Okay, so I'm going to select some of these blue colors, right? Here's a dark blue, and then here's a lighter blue. So what we're going to do, we're going to select. Now, I told you about this contiguous tool. Now, this is helpful because if it's unchecked, I could select this color, but it'll select every other color in the picture that has that same color. So that's helpful, right? So if I want to drop a whole bunch of colors at once, so I'm going to go to my dark color. I'm going to, boom, do that. Actually, all right, change my mind. I'm going to go with these colors. Yes, I like that. Let me get those colors. Those are going to be that color. Let me select another color for this, a little bit lighter, but different. We're going to select those. All right, kind of got some of that, but that's all right. Skin is going to be light, so we're going to select all the skin. Boom, 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 something like that. Shell color, we're going to just kind of, actually I like this color. Cancel that, come over here. Select the shells, color the shells like that. This should be darker, so we're going to go, let's go back to here. Something like that. So there we go. And then, you know what? I'm going to leave the masks for now because I feel like I might be able to do something cool with that. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just leave that for now. I do want this to be lighter, though. Let's go white. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. That was quick and easy, right? Thank you, Contiguous tool. Background. Let's go to the background. So this kind of smoky. That's weird. Oh, snap. It did move. What in the snappers? That's not cool. All right. My layer moved. I didn't think it moved because it was deselected, but it moved. That shouldn't happen. All right. So let me fix this. My whole layer moved over. This is good. This is all right. This is problem solving 101. So let me make sure that lined up correctly. Check all my lines here. Did that work? That looks good. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. That whole thing moved. So usually if it's not see, it could be because this is on. So if I try and move it, it shouldn't. Yeah, it's still moving. That's weird. Normally it doesn't let me do it if it's not visible. It usually won't let me move it. So what I'm going to do then is I'm gonna stinking. This is what locking the layers will help with. So they're not going to move, and it won't let you move it. It'll just let you select it. Okay, lesson learned. Good deal. Okay, go back to our colors. Put that on. All right. So now for him, let's go back to our other things here. Bum 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 bum. All right, so I do like these muted colors, but I kind of like how his padding has more like brown to it. Everything's a little more distinguishable. This is like a little bit, kind of got a little color difference here, but not super distinguishable. I like this too. This is very, pads here, they're brown, belts this color. So I like this and this. So this I'm not really going to be taking a look at. But let's go. Oops, nope, I just drew on that. Don't want to do that. Okay, it's because I'm on this layer. That's that there. Okay, I'm just going to lock all this stuff that I don't want to mess with. How about that? Let's just lock that all. Now, why? Okay, this is dumb. I should not be able to draw on this because it's locked. That's the whole point of it being locked. So why am I? Something's weird. Something's weird. But it's okay. It could be the fact that I'm streaming and using Photoshop and it wants to be weird. That could be it. So this is its own layer. Okay. Weirdness, weirdness, weirdness. All right. Go back. I'm going to lock this, even though I guess it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. Anywho, dumbness, dumbness, dumbness. Where were we? So let's go ahead and move this, even though I shouldn't be able to. Oh, look at that. Now it tells me I can't because the layer's locked. Now it's doing its job. Way to go. Way to go. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's put this up here. This is Mike Diodato drew this. It's really cool. By the way, I realized that. I'm like, that's cool. Who drew that? And it's Mike Diodato. All right. Cool. All right. That's out of the way. Now let's go ahead and do that. And let's select some colors that we like. Select all this. And we're going to do his pants too, because they should be the same color. We're going to go with kind of like this color over here. Let's do this. Whoa, that's really light. Lighter than I expected. How about darker? Let's see. That is really light. Oh, that's a little darker. Surprising. I do want that to be darker though. So sometimes it's better to go with a darker color first, and then as you color over it, you're going to add the lights, but you want to have that kind of darker color. Surprised these are not darker. Surprising. All right, well, okay. I definitely want to go darker though. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty dark. Let's go with that. I like that. Okay. The belt. this stuff is kind of the same color. This, let's get a. It's interesting, right? I'm reading that as brown, but when you go on it, it's like gray. It's interesting. So we got red, gray. This is gray too. How about the pouch here? What color is this? I like that. Let's try that. Okay. Okay. But I want it to be darker. So let's. Very interesting. Weird how color works, right? That's weird. Dun, dun, dun. Whatever it is, I want it to be darker. So let's go dark. And this is a green. That's definitely a green. So that's blue. That's green. This is a red and then a dark brown, maybe. This is blue. Red. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's try that. Oops. Try that again. All right, we'll go with that. It's going to change, but that's what we'll go with. And then technically, the knee pads and stuff should really be the same. So, but I'm going to do it a little different. Let's try this. Yeah, I guess we're just going to make it all this color. No, I'm going to keep it like this for now. Going to keep it like that for now. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's do the background. I kind of like this gray color. And bum, bum, bum. Let's go to the background. Select. That's actually, no, I don't like that. I want it darker. Oh, see, I'm trying to, again, once you select the layer, you got to make sure you get off the layer. Otherwise, it's not going to do anything. That's why it wasn't working. So now it's definitely going to be, oops. Okay. Okay. Problema. So I'm on the background layer here, but I got to remember this color layer is all flat. So if I come over here and I go deselect, let's see, selection tool. That should be, would that be M? No. All right, hold on. Let me start over. Okay, start over. Go back to what I liked. Pick what I like. Here's this color. Now let's give this color a shot. Okay, get rid of that. Now we're going to go background. We're going to select the background. Okay, but then we're going to go, which is it, V? There's a way to deselect just the characters, but my mind is blanking on me. Not brush, selection tool, V, no. There we go. So you hold down Command and Option, and then you could just deselect the characters. But that's not working. There we go. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Get rid of all this stuff in here. And then get rid of Mikey as well. Okay. Now when I go back to my colors, it'll just color in that area. Gosh. Okay. My mind decided not to work for a second there. All right, so this building I want to be darker. So let's see. Let's go something like that. So if I didn't flatten my color layers, it'd be a lot easier for that. So actually, yeah, I kind of shot myself in the foot by flattening that. So what I could do is just flatten all these layers on one layer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy Mikey. Characters are already copied. Let's move that up here. So that way I can select them if I want them. But we're going to have one layer of flats that is all the same. So Command E is going to flatten that, flatten that. Okay, so that'll take care of that issue going forward. But I'll still be able to select, just Mikey or just the guys in the back if I want. All right, so I got that color. So now I want the building. Whoa. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? So, dun, 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 dun. If I want to get rid of all this, I gotta select it. He's a glowing man. He's glowing. Dun, 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 dun. It's not a huge deal. It'll just put this color behind everything over here, but let's just get rid of that. Oops, don't do it on the background. Whoa, my color changed. There we go. Kind of darker. Let's do the windows. All right, take off contiguous, and now I can just select these separately. And I want to go with something like this. Something like that. And then, yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Let me color his bow staff real quick. This should be darker. Let's go something like that. Okay. There you go. So very basic. That's kind of my color palette when I'm thinking. Now this might change and it will change, but for right now, that's how I want things looking. I'm going to add, the color coming up from below. That'll be on the underside of him and stuff. But this is where we're going to begin. And actually, I see I missed a spot right in here. So I didn't flat that. So I'm going to drop some color in there. Let's just drop that in there for the sake of being dark. Okay, I'm going to select this. I'm going to go to my background and make sure that that's got a color too. Okay, all right. So that's that. Let's go check the chat. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Edwin Acevedo in the house. What's going on, man? Hell peeps. The Ace Volume 3 coming soon. Nice. What did I miss? It's not letting me scroll. How far up do I need to go? What's going on, man? Surge. Aviator Surge. What's going on, man? Long time no see. How you doing, man? What else did I miss? Dun, 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 dun. This piece looks cool with colors, actually. So glad you colored it. I am colored it. It looks good. How's your kid-based comic book you're making? Good. Very early stages. My friend Ben is working on a rough script that we can start working on, some sample pages to post on the campaign. Might do 5 to 10. We'll see. But yeah, kind of all the groundwork is done. I still need to do character development and stuff like that, but it is going well. Thanks for asking. Sign up in the description if you have not already. Battle Mode Omega, a new kids adventure book coming. Hey ho, Joe, my sketchbook. Hope we're doing well today. You guys are so nice and polite. Love it. All the belts are brown. And the sky is gray. Ninja Turtle dreaming. Love it. In the sewers of LA, all the belts are brown. Love it. All right. Good deal. 45 minutes in already. I cannot believe it. Okay. Now the fun begins with the color. Sorry, let me get out this yawn. Okay, here we go. Knuckles cracked. I don't crack my knuckles, but I would if I could. Now, let's start some colors. Oh, I didn't even touch his skin tone, but it's all right. Let's see. So again, the comic, you look at the skin tone this turtle here. I won't say who he is, but you know, very muted green, not very bright. And then this has got a brighter, you know, turtley green. I like this. Then you come over here and then you got this kind of, I don't even think that is a green. Let's see, that's a yellow. It's like a brownish green. Yeah. So that is with, you know, so here's, you got some light over here, right? And so there's light, and this is low res, but you know, some light affecting this pad here. So it's like yellow. And then you got this brighter yellow and a muted brownish green. There you go. That's what that is. Once the light hits it, it totally changes. But you know, like over here, there's orange, maybe a little bright, still kind of yellow, a little bit of reddish. And then there's the green. There's the green. So I think for what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go more with a green like this. We'll go dark for now. We'll go dark for now. Let's go contiguous. Boom. And again, let me get rid of all these stupid little things that should not be selected. Oops. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. You should not be selecting. Okay. Boom. Now that's a proper green right there. Except, hold on. I'm not going to select this hand because this hand is back in shadow. So that hand's going to be fine where it is. But there you go. So now starts the painting, the coloring. Okay. This is where the fun begins. All right, so let's color this again. We're going to start with his skin tone. We're going to come back over here. I'm going to grab this. We want it to be darker, but at the same time, I want to go kind of muted. So let's see. Let's find a happy medium in here. Dun, 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 dun. More gray. Let's see. Let's come back over here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Get rid of this. So I like to start with kind of like my big fuzzy opacity, and then I kind of just come over lightly, and I'm just going to darken it up. Dun, 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 dun. All right, knuckles. And this is just a first pass to kind of get the different tones down that I like. But already you can see it's kind of getting, you know, you're giving it volume, you're giving it some depth, some mass to it. But on here, actually, I'm going to go straight across. Boom. Oops. Hey, now, don't forget to deselect this stuff. Deselect. Boom. Okay. There we go. So that's going to give us the idea that there's the ledge right here, and it's casting a shadow up on him. Dun, 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 dun. Call it that. Okay. Boom. All right. So this is important, you know, picking your colors, because once you start messing with them, it's hard to like go all the way back. You know, I hate going over things like 5 times, but sometimes you have to just because you don't like it. But I try to avoid it. But with this one, I could tell I'm probably gonna have to go over it numerous times just because. Got to get it right. Want it to look good. There are ways to kind of fix things quicker too. So like, let's say, oops, stupid fingers again. So let's say I don't like the green. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see, select the green again, except not his hand. So what I could do is I can come up here, adjust, and you can mess with the hue and the saturation. So if you desaturate it, everything kind of goes a little more gray. Not actually, it's not going super gray there, but you can go darker. Oh, it would help if I was on the right layer. Never mind. Dun, dun, dun. Colors, color layer, adjust. Now it'll work. Okay. Now it'll kind of go more gray. See that? So there's ways to make slight adjustments if you're not liking the, if I don't like so much green, I could do that. I could change the green to a blue. You could just kind of slide this and kind of get the color that you like. So this is helpful. You can go lighter, you can go darker. So there are ways to do that if I'm not happy with it. Little small changes I can do. Okay, for the sword, boom, boom, boom. Let's see, just like this. Haven't messed with that yet. Oops, it's not contiguous. Let's just go right here. So these metal objects, I want to look metal. So let's make some metal, shall we? Dun, dun, dun. So we're gonna go. Let's go dark. We'll go dark to light. Dun, 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 dun. So let's go dark gray. Make them all dark gray, and then we're going to add some light. So let's go halfway. So if white is my highlight, I'm going to go halfway, somewhere around here, and then I'm just going to hit it with the light. And I could use this to make sure it's straight. There's my mouse. Get a nice straight line. Yee. All right, come over here, hit this here. Dun, dun, dun. Add some there, a little bit there. Now, let's see. Let's go bright. And we're going to go from fuzzy to a little more solid. Nice little highlight here. Trying to go nice and light. Pressure. Come on. There we go. Let's see here. Let's go a little smaller. It's pretty thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the opacity. I'm going to go 50 or 45, somewhere in there. And then I can take this and I can go down the length of it with my mouse. If I hold down shift, it'll do a straight line. All right. And let's go back to here. Smaller. All right. Something like that. It's not too bad. The nice dark to light will kind of really sell the metal. And what I can do, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do midtones. And I'm going to get my, let's use this. I like this brush a lot. And I'm going to burn it. Whoa. Okay, gotta change that there. Nope. Okay, it's maybe too much. Let's go less exposure. Yeah. Doing that really kind of gives it a cool metal look. Okay. Except I deselected it and it did it to everything, which is stupid. Don't deselect. Let's try that again without deselecting it. So the burn tool makes everything darker. The dodge tool makes things lighter. These are photography terms. But there you go. And I can come in here and I can add some like hard edges to show like, scratches and stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Beat it up a little bit. Stuff like that. And then fix these little things that I missed. Let's select that color. Oh, my opacity is still low, so let me bump that up. This, honestly, let me fix this because this should be black. This will register with my brain better here. Let me just make this black. Didn't really finish that line there. Okay, that works better for my brain. Okay, so there's some metal on a sai. Let's lock that, go back to our color. Reselect. Okay, so basically we're going to take that and we're going to do the same thing on the metal here. So let's go here and get off of that. Select. Let's make this edge bright. Now, what I could do, check this out. I could turn my page like this. Whoop. Brush, and then I can go this way. That works. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let me turn it back around. Okay. Now, if I just want to color this one little thing, so, you know, technically, when I do my flats, if I want to flat this differently, so the hilt color would be different than the actual blade. So that would help me select it easy. But since I didn't do that, I'm going to have to deselect this and then just kind of work on that separately. Boom. And then let me just deselect all this. And I'm going to go like this. So with the flats, you can get really crazy and you could really do everything. So that way, like I could literally select this edge, I could select this, I could select that, and I could select that. It would all be different, but that's, you know, that's crazy. So I'm just going to go over here. We're going to go dark. And let's see, we're just going to try and do this right in one pass so I don't have to do it 5 times. Dun, dun, dun. Let's get color here. Just a little bit of light, but I do want this to be dark. Let's go over here again. We're going to use this tool. Actually, we're going to go with this. So this hard round, if I do stuff, you have a definite edge. You could like see it. So that could be helpful in some instances, but if you want it to be blurry and you don't want to see it like real good, you could use one of these soft rounds. And then when you do it, you're kind of just building up the dark little by little. So, you know, depends on what you're going for. I'm kind of thinking a little bit of soft, just do a little bit of dark. And then if I hold down the option button, instead of burning, it will actually, is it control? No, option. Nope. Okay, never mind. Depending on what it's on, I have it on dodge right now. So if I hold down the option button, it's going to burn it. So you can do both with one. You just got to use your little option button there. So that's a cool little effect. Dun, dun, dun. I kind of like that. Let's see here. Okay, let me go back over here. Select that again, and I'm just going to darken up these edges. Oops. Make sure I'm hitting the right button here. Dodge and burn, baby. Dodge and burn. I really like this tool. It's very helpful. All right, now I can come back in here with my this one. This is a soft round, but it's kind of sharp, a little fuzzy, and I can add these little things here and there. Maybe not so bright, boop, 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 but kind of pick out some of those. And if it's too dark, I could just kind of go over it and lighten it up. Okay, so that's that. Let's hit the sword. The sword will be brighter for sure because, you know, it's got to be cool. So let's go dark again. We're going to deselect this. No, I don't want to fill anything. Get out of here. My big fat fingers, man. Just hitting the wrong button. Let's go here. Get rid of that. Boom. Get rid of that. Boom. Okay, now we just got our sword to play with. Wonderful. Okay, let's go. We're going to go dark. Dark to light. All right, so now I'm going to get my big fat round. Select something in the middle, and we're just going to kind of go like that. Let's come over here, get this boy, and let's go a little lighter. The cool thing about this, let's go a little smaller. You get a cool, almost metallic effect right away. See how they kind of overlap? I like that. Let's go this way. You kind of get like a shine effect doing that. So I kind of like that. So let's go with that. Let's come back over here. And then here's the actual blade part, right? So I want that to be nice and shiny. All right. If I want this to be a hard edge, I could always use my selection tool and just select that. But this is where using this comes in handy. I can move this whatever way I want to kind of fit the direction of how I do my stroke on the page. So this is helpful. Let's go back over here. I like this kind of sharp. All right. All right. Now this is where our little dodge and burn tool comes in handy again, because it's gonna kind of give us those metallic kind of looks to it. And I can burn a little bit. I don't want to be too liney. There's a lot of lines going on in here. I don't want to be too crazy, but you kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get that metallic effect going on. So let's go up here. Let's fix this a little bit. Kind of want these lines to be defined, because this is where the edge is. And let's mute this a little bit more. Get rid of that. Okay, now what I do want is I'm going to go here again. Now I'm going to do highlights. I was on midtones before. Now I'm going to do highlights. And I want to get this. Okay, and I'm going to go, I want to really define this edge. All right. And I could do the same thing with a brush, really, if I wanted to. So let me go to my brush, select that. We're going to go full white, and we're going to just highlight this edge. Make it look nice and shiny. Looks like it's going to poke your eyes out. A little bit over here. All right, so you can do Command H, and that'll hide your lines. Sometimes it kind of just bugs me, so I want to hide that. I can hide that, and then just do this kind of edge. I don't have to do the whole thing. Maybe just a little bit of work. Too much. Something like that. Dun, dun, dun. Is that too much? Let's see. Nope. That was open. I don't want to open anything. Yeah, that might be too much. I think less is more here. Let's go a little bit less. Something like that. Okay. Now let's see. Let's go back over here. And we're going to do this. Okay. I still want to see this line here. So because it's not a brush and it's a dodge and burn tool, when it's a light color, it's going to make it brighter because I'm on highlights. If I go midtones, if it's on a mid color, it's going to make it lighter, and so on and so forth for the shadows. So you want to select whatever you're working on. So if you're working on light colors, you want to do the highlight tool. If you're working on dark colors, you want to do the shadow dodge and burn tool, or like for midtones. Does that make sense? So that's how that works. So there you go. that's very metallic, probably too metallic. If I wanted to make it less, I could just go over it with a brush. But for now, for the sake of showing you how to do some cool metal, there's that. And I'm probably going to change that, but not right now. All right, so some colors. Here's some more chains. So this is a good mid-tone gray. We can maybe go this color with it. I guess that is the color. Let's see. Nope. Okay. All right, so let's add some color to this. Just kind of pick out the kind of rendering a little bit more on this one because it's chains. Picking out the highlights. And again, this is kind of bugging me, so I'm going to hide that. And it's still selected, so I can't draw over here, which is helpful. Bow, bow, bow. I'm coloring chains and I don't care. Let's make this blue. That should be blue. Bam. Okay, so there's just a little bit of hitting out with some highlight. Come over here. Now, again, the cool thing about the dodge and burn tool, if you're using a brush, it's going to color over everything. If you're using just the dodge and burn tool, it's only going to affect either the light areas or the dark areas. So it's a very helpful tool. I use it a lot. So if I want to make some areas darker, I could just hit that, kind of in a little bit of area here. The light will still stay pretty light. And then if I want to, staying on the mid-tone, I could just kind of lighten everything and just select areas. But they're chains, just so they look kind of chainy. You know what I mean? They look chainy. That's all that matters, really. All right, so let's do this. A little less there, a little less there. Am I still selected? Nope, I deselected. Okay, let me make sure. Don't hit anything I shouldn't hit. And this is back. Oh, that actually was not supposed to be. Then I did that wrong. Okay, so there we go. I'm not going to go too crazy. They're kind of, hiding back there. Not super big deal. Let's do this. Let's make this bright. And again, this is just actually coloring. This isn't even getting into, like, if you want to add like a screen layer to make things look like they're glowing. I'll give you a real quick sample of that. But because that comes in handy if you're trying to make something look like it's glowing. So for instance, a screen layer, you're typically going to put above your ink layer because you want everything to glow, not just, and that's what really sells the effect of the glow. So I'm going to go screen on this layer here, and then I'm going to select a light color, which I already have. And I'm going to go here. So if I want to make it look like this sword is glowing, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over the edge or wherever I want to glow. And the screen layer is going to go over everything. If I put it below the ink layer, it's only going to do the colors, right? So to really sell it, you want it to color or go over everything, right? So, now it looks like there's some light affecting the bricks or whatever. So to give you a good example, let's go gradient, and I'm just going to go boom. So the light is over everything, right? That's how you really sell the screen, using the screen tool, how you sell like a good glow, right? Because it's glowing over everything. It just looks like there's light popping up from somewhere, right? So this is really cool. I do this like kind of second to last. I do all the coloring first underneath, and then I'll go and I'll add all my, these are what I call effects. These are different special effects. I'll do those at the end. But that's that's that. So, we really didn't get too far today, but I think it is a good time to quit. But yeah, so got to do some metal and, you know, get our color palette down, kind of get a vision for where we're heading and where we're going to take it. But that's step 2 of the color process. Wish me luck. What are you doing? I'm also drawing today, so have a nice day, Felix and Eric Notask. I'm probably going to try to upload a brand new video on my YouTube channel today, but it will have more than one drawing, hopefully. All right, man. I wish you luck. Good luck. Soy-based Jeremy in the house. What's up? Currently drawing myself. Look at all these artists out there. Love it. Awesome. Dun, 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 dun. My hand was tasty. You ate your hand? What'd you do? This brings me back to studying art and digital design. Nice. I'm here. I was looking at something a few minutes. How's everyone doing today? Bum, bum, bum. Yes, I am Felix. I'm right here. Oh, is this Adobe Illustrator? This is Adobe Photoshop. Illustrator is vector-based. Photoshop is pixel-based. Photoshop, I'm just much more proficient in it. I in art college, I did learn Illustrator, but I have not touched it in so long. I'm like lost whenever I go try and do stuff. They're similar, but they are different. So yeah, it's vector-based versus pixels. So reminds me of Adobe Illustrator. I had to use it while studying Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, reminds me of I use it. Huh. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. How are you? Nighthawk, did you forget? LOL. I'm testing my laptop for YouTube today. See what's different. Okay. All right, and that catches us up. Cool. All right. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. We're going to get this done. It takes time. It's a process of layering colors over top of each other to get your desired look. But it'll be cool. It'll look good when we're done. Well, thank you guys. Happy Friday to you. Hope you have a great weekend. I will do a Monday motivation video. I've kind of been lagging on that. I've been working on doing Whatnot, selling some stuff on Whatnot. So if you guys are interested in buying art, you want some cool stuff, I've got great deals. I'm on Mondays, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Great deals. I do prints, I do remarks. I'll have sketch covers this week, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you want some artwork, come check it out. But yeah, the link is in the description. My invite code. So there you go, y'all. It has been fun. And once again, I wish you a great weekend. And we'll talk soon. All right, y'all. Peace. Let's get out of here with some what's his face? My favorite video. All right, here we go.
How you like me now? Oh, how you like me now? How you like me now? How do you like me now? Now there was a time when you loved me so. I could do no wrong, and now you need to know. Don't break. How you like me now? 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 How you like me now?
And you're sure you saw this?
Yes, I'm sure I saw this.
All right, let's keep this quiet.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your loyalty, Pigeon Toady. Or should I say,